Whoa, 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 whoa! I haven't prepared my voice. I have not prepared it yet. Oh no. Hello, where am I? Here I am. Hello everybody, my name is RobeChained. I will be your storyteller for tonight. In today's stream, we'll be modeling. Woohoo! Here's the music. Hope it's not too loud. Hello everyone! How has your days? How have your day? English? Oh god. Hello Kevin Rooter and U3D on the YouTube side. Hello, welcome to the stream. I hope both of you guys are having an amazing day today. Today we'll be modeling. Specifically, we'll be modeling Crash Soon's course thing. We'll be following that today, right now. I've been following their guide, for about maybe 2 weeks now. I think ever since I started doing 3D animation on stream, which was about maybe 2 weeks ago. Can't really tell you right now. Need to check, but that doesn't matter. And I managed to get the base 3D model done. The modeling part is done, but there is still the UV unmapping, the texturing, the rigging, and everything else that I have to do. I am following, as I said, Crash Soon's 3D modeling guide, low poly guide. Let me try and find it. I need to pull it up anyway. Things, but how is your day? I am doing fantastic. I did some work today. I played some Deadlock today. I learned how to play McGinnis properly. McGinnis is so fucking cool. But I haven't really done much. To be fair, today is just another standard normal day for me. Let me... Crash Soon. Is that how you pronounce their name? I don't know. Let me link the video that you guys should be able to hear them. Actually, let me check if you guys can. You can. Okay, awesome. Can hear it. Okay. Here it is. This is the video we're gonna be following. Let me post it on YouTube and in the Twitch chat. And this is what we're gonna be doing today. I'm really excited. I can't wait to see how to UV unwrap. It seems very scary, but I should be able to, should be able to learn it. Do you have Instagram? Yes, I do. I actually have many socials. You can search me up on basically anything, just RobeChained, and you should be able to find me. Let me see, I also should have a socials website. I don't know if I have Instagram on there. Oh, no, I don't. That's fine though, just go on Instagram, search RobeChained, as I'm the same way I'm on YouTube, and you should find me. Otherwise, I have my Twitch, my Twitter. I also have a Discord server for announcements, which I will soon make into an actual public chat room. Because, well, you see, I've been wanting to make this sort of like community where people can talk to each other about different things they're creating. Just want to foster a community of creatives that do art and want to learn. This is kind of our goal here. Yes, I found it. Great, awesome. Be mindful that I don't really use Instagram all that much. I will mostly use it for like the occasional short post, but I've barely been able to do that as well. Been really wanting to make some shorts recently, and I have a few ideas, right? I do have a few ideas about shorts and what I'm gonna talk about, but I still have yet to sit down and write the scripts and record the voiceovers and edit them. I've been preoccupied with work lately, mostly due to the fact that I also have RobeChained stuff that I want to do. And it has been a bit hard to find the time to do any amount of editing in my free time. You have to keep in mind that since I edit as a job, it's a bit hard for me to find the motivation to keep on editing outside that job, right? But it is what it is. Also, watch this! How cool is this? We have a Be Right Back screen now. Isn't that fucking awesome? I've been wanting to make one for a while. It's pretty basic. I still need to get some stuff done on it. But hey, at least we have that. So anytime I want to go get myself some water or eat or do whatever, you guys will be seeing me constantly falling into the void. Isn't that very funny? Look at me constantly voiding out. Need to make more stuff like this. They're very fun. But yeah, let's get into the blendering today. There we go. Now, this is what I have right now. This is what I've been able to do so far. This whole model. As I said, the base model is basically complete. Our goal for today is to UV unwrap by following the guide. This one, here it is on my second screen. Whoa! Now I will lower the music so we can actually hear Crash Soon. That's basically what we're gonna do today. We're just gonna be following the guide on YouTube. It's a 4-hour course. I've already finished about an hour and a half, as you can see. An hour and a half is already complete, and right now we gotta deal with UVs. So this will be a bit of a more like chiller stream. I won't be talking that much because I'll be trying to, focus on whatever Crash Soon is saying. Which software are you using for live streaming and screen sharing? I'm using OBS, as basically everybody else. For screen, I don't screen. You mean? What do you mean by screen sharing? For live streaming, I'm using OBS. Everything you see on screen right now, like me moving my PNG tuber, this my screen here, the border that I have locked. Wait, this yellow border here. Everything is set up in OBS. And also the fact that when I hop through scenes, this is also OBS. Everything is OBS here. Absolutely everything. Isn't that really fucking cool? I love technology. If you want to stream yourself, OBS is a perfect application for it. It's probably one of the best applications you can get yourself. There are some alternatives, like what was it? I think Streamlabs it was called, which is basically just a fork of OBS. However, I personally don't recommend it because I think it's a bit too gimmicky, if that makes any sense. It's kind of, at least for me, it's not really fit. For other people that might wanna, you know, take the easy way with streaming and don't really care too much about like customization and visual identity and whatnot, I think it's actually a perfect like starter software for streaming. But if you wanna do a bit more interesting things like what you see on my stream, not that my streams are particularly that interesting, at least as of yet. I still have many things I need to add on the stream, like for example a follower alert. I still don't have alerts for followers or raids or anything. And because of that, I actually miss like half of them, which is not good. That's not good to do as a streamer. And as I just said, the BRB screen, I just made it like this morning. So I'm still like adding stuff onto the stream little by little. I'll definitely check it out. I'm planning to do a live stream like you're doing now. That sounds great, man. I wish you all of the luck that you might need. Just a little tip, a little streamer tip from your fellow little streamer, because I'm quite small. Never give up. Never. Streaming is hard, especially as a new streamer, especially nowadays in 2026. It's really hard to find an audience. Every time I start streaming, I'm really I am absolutely terrified that nobody is going to be in the chat and nobody's gonna talk to me. I'm just gonna do my things by myself, and it has happened before, right? Thankfully, I'm lucky, and there are constantly people that, you know, chat that I can talk to, which I'm very grateful for. Thank you everybody for coming onto my streams. But I have streamed before under a different name, and I've worked for many different streamers and many different VTubers, both big and small. And if you are starting off, especially without any prior experience, it's really hard to muster up a community and find people to actually like chat with. This is why growth on other social medias like YouTube and TikTok and Twitter and basically everywhere that's not Twitch. Or I mean, I am on YouTube as well. I am streaming on YouTube as well. But it's just really hard for your stream to like grow by itself. It's basically impossible, actually. Unless you get lucky and some big streamer on Twitch decides to raid you, I guess. But even then, raiding and collaborations aren't exactly they aren't going to guarantee your success. Now, for me personally, I stream for fun. I stream for a hobby. Potentially, in in the future, I would love to have like an extra €100, maybe €200 out of donation, so I can help myself with groceries. But I'm really like whatever about it. I still don't even have affiliate on Twitch, and I probably won't get it soon, but that's fine. You don't really need to be successful to have fun streaming. Are you a full-time artist? I'm a full-time editor. I edit for various different VTubing corporations. I can't say which ones here because I'm trying to keep it a bit secretive. But I have English. I'm an editor of about 8 years or so. I've been editing ever since I was like a very, very young teenager. And I managed to make that into a career, and that's how I pay my bread. That's how I get my bread, by editing for different VTubers. In fact, because I started editing for VTubers, I got the idea of becoming one myself. Now, I'm not really a VTuber yet. I'm a PNG tuber. But I will get there someday, somehow. I'll grow, mama. I'll be a big boy. I'll be a big boy someday. Huge boy. Or girl. Whatever you wanna call me. I don't have a gender. I'm a creature. A genderless creature. Anyway, shall we begin? As I said, this will be a pretty slow stream. I will just be watching the course. Yes, let's start. Awesome. In fact, you know what? You guys will be watching it with me. Because otherwise... Oh no, I didn't want to show my OBS. Oops. You guys will watch it with me. Because otherwise, it's gonna be boring. What the fuck? Okay, let's start.
Or not, like calculating UV coordinates, those are a lot simpler to do with power of 2 dimensions on your texture sheet. However, there's also reasons if you're ever going to be putting this in a game engine that you're going to want to use power of 2 dimensions. And the reason for that is because power of 2 dimensions are really useful in game engines because they simplify the generation of bitmaps, and texture filtering works a lot more efficiently with power of 2 textures. This is why game engines like Unreal and Unity recommend your texture sizes be power of 2 in dimension. But let's talk about the process of actually making a texture and what that looks like. So if we go down here, you're going to see that, especially if we look at the texture sheets of these characters, this is what we started with on the left here. This is a very basic texture. It's just flat colors. And the reason we want to start with flat colors is to just kind of get a general idea of what our model is going to look like in 3D, how things are shaping up, what colors we want, and to just get an idea of where we're going to be placing things. Then after you have just this base color sheet, you slowly start to add in detail. You don't do this all at once, but after you block in this basic color rough, you then go to adding detail. So you can see with LOvechan here, I slowly started to add the detail for her waist. I added the shoe textures. I added the textures for her arm. Her hair went from being just one solid color to having the highlights in her hair as well as the shadow colors as well. and I sketched in her face. I sketched in these shading colors for her jacket. And this is not a process where it's one and done. You're not going to make a UV map, then make a texture and you're done. You're going to be constantly iterating and going back and forth in this process where you'll see that, wait a second, I actually want this part of my 3D model to be bigger on my UV map. So you go back to your UV map and say you wanted the size of the hips to be larger so you got more resolution on your texture sheet. You'd select the UVs on your hips and scale them up. Then you'd go back to your texture sheet in whatever painting software you're using and kind of like draw over them or fix whatever changes you need to make. Then you'll export that texture back to Blender and see how it's looking. And it's an iterative process. So you kind of go back and forth and you keep on iterating on this to make sure that things are looking as clean as they possibly can. And slowly over time, you're gonna build up to having this detailed of a texture. You're not gonna have it all done perfectly on your first try. I would not recommend that. That's why I'm recommending starting with basic colors like this, then get it in 3D. It won't look very good, but you'll have an idea of where you should be going from there. And from these basic colors, you'll know exactly where you should be adding your details, or at least a rough idea of where you should be adding your details, and just slowly build up to this very detailed texture over time, because this is probably the most time-consuming and difficult part of this process, is going from this very basic texture to this very detailed one. But be patient with it and you will get there. It is not complicated, it is just a bit time-consuming. And this is definitely the most rewarding and satisfying part of the process too. So enjoy it, have fun with it. Because when all that is done, you're gonna have your beautiful looking final model that we've been working towards this whole time. So enough with all the
See, this is probably my biggest concern when it comes to 3D modeling. I'm no artist. I cannot draw for the life of me. I've tried many times over, you know, a few years, and while I've never been active with it, which is probably why I never really learned how to draw, honestly, I don't really find it that enjoyable. I will do a couple of arts here and there. In fact, if you go on my Twitter, which is right here, actually. Speaking of Twitter, right, like, my things, this is very blurry, I need to fix it up a little bit, but this, for example, I drew this, you know, by... Oh, it wasn't really my drawing, I just kind of like, what was it called again? I took Victor, right? I took Victor from Deadlock, and this pose right here, and I just drew over it because I wanted to make a small little funny image right here. Joining the fight is Robe. What? Robe Deadlock. Also, I do like my own tweets because self-encouragement. Haha. But you gotta love yourself first before you can love anybody else. Am I right or am I right? Up top. But yeah, I've always had a lot of issues when it comes to traditional or digital 2D art, the 2D drawing. I just never find it enjoyable. Maybe that will change. You know, not to shill or anything, but Crash Soon does have, where is it? Here it is. This course right here, which I'm really want to get it for myself. And thankfully, because I'm in Bulgaria, it's actually cheaper. Woohoo! Awesome. This is a course that constantly gets updated, like every couple of months, right? And apparently, not only do you get, like, you know, this 4-hour already free... Oh, no, I didn't mean to close it. Oops. But let me get back into it. not only do you get like, you know, this course, which is already free, you can just go on their YouTube. I've already posted it in both the YouTube and the Twitch chat. Get out of here, Victor Deadlock. But what was I gonna say? It's free, right? It's a 4-hour free course that talks about modeling, that talks about UV unwrapping, and talks about rigging and texturing and weight painting and texture animation. That sounds awesome. So yeah, huge. I really recommend it, especially for beginners. But yeah, this course, which is only for $34, actually pretty cheap. You gain other things, like for example, how to draw your own, you know, turnaround drawings, which is really massive. I really need to learn how to do that, right? And even if I don't want to, this course, where is it? Where was the picture? I want the pictures. Right, here it is. Pre-made body kit. That sounds awesome. I don't even need to draw. I just have to. I can just take this, the pre-made body kit, make my own things, right? Make my own turnaround drawing, and then just model it. I'm fine with texturing. I think I'll be fine with texturing. But turnaround drawings, no way. Control Shift T to open the closed tab. Is that really a thing? Wait. Control Shift T. What the fuck? How? Where? What? Okay. Awesome. Didn't know that. Thank you for yet another helpful tip, Kevin. Really helpful. But yeah, so what I'm getting from this is UVs needs to be in canvases that can be divided by 2. I don't really understand why exactly, but I'm guessing there's a really good reason for it.
Let's actually get into Blender, and I'm going to show you how to UV your model. But first, a word from this video's sponsor, me! The Gumroad version of this series just got updated to include a 3D model.
I was just talking about that.
But it also includes our final LOvechan model that we'll create in this series.
I was just talking about that. I don't need your sponsor, I just said that. No more shilling.
All this material, LOvechan tab right here. As a member is completely free. And from that link, you to the link value on it. Tap that link below today.
Okay.
So now let me show you how to do UVs in Blender. And to do that, we are of course going to need the texture we were just looking at of LOvechan here. And to download that texture, don't worry, it's going to be totally free. Just go to the link in the description below for this. So,
all right, awesome. Textures, right? Okay. Let me get that. Body texture and facial textures. All right, awesome. Is this it? It's the body texture. Where are the... oh, there it is. All right, awesome. Okay, here are the textures. Awesome. This is the body texture, and this is the face textures, which I'm guessing we'll be able to animate right here. Okay.
Go below this video in the description box or in the comment section to find this link, then click on it. You will need to join my Patreon, but don't worry, joining my Patreon as a member is completely free. And from that link, you just want to click right here and right here where it says LOvechan face texture.png, LOvechan body texture.png. Just seeing.
Yeah, I would already did that.
All we want to do is select this last model we just made, add them to
Wait,
our.
what? Sorry?
Just click on those to download those textures to your computer. Let's add them to our scene. And to do that, all we want to do is select this last model we just made, which is her head and hair. So on this model, with it selected, go to this tab right here, which is called the Material Properties tab. And where it says Material Properties, we're going to click right here where it says New. So click right there where it says New to.
All right. I'm guessing we can. Do we have to go to the UV edit? I guess not. I guess we can hide these, the references. And okay. We can just work with the model. By the way, here is the turnaround of, not the turnaround, here is a turnaround of the model I made. Now, it's not gonna be absolutely completely perfect to crash soon, but that's fine. I'm only doing this so I can learn. Now, why the hell is the origin point there? Okay, awesome. Let me actually check the origin points for everything. I know what, whatever. Okay, we select the head, we go to material, and we click new. Okay, I'm guessing that from here we should be able to add like a PNG or something. Zypho on the Twitch side, hello, welcome to the stream. How goes modeling? We just started. Well, as you can see, this is the model. But I already did this like off of stream. Currently we're doing UV unwrapping. We're following this guide right here, Crash Tunes. But hello Zypho, welcome to the stream. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day today. How are you? Tell me all about your day.
Make a new material in our scene. And we're gonna call this material LOvechan Body.
All right.
So I'm going to call this material LOvechan Body. I'm going to switch the surface from principled BSDF to emission by just pressing E on my keyboard.
Okay, I want to make it an emission. I don't know what that means, but sure. LOvechan Body. And want to make it into an emission. I'm guessing an emission means. What does that mean? I don't know. Emission. Google, please help me. What does emission mean? Emission. The production and discharge of something, especially gas or radiation. What? You're telling me that this 3D model is radioactive? Oh no!
So I clicked on surface, and you can also just go up here and click on emission, but I like to press E because it is faster. So now that we have this material on our head, now we want to actually apply our texture to it. And to do that, we're actually going to need to go to the shader editor. So to do that, I'm just going to switch from my timeline to my shader editor right here, then drag this up and zoom in using the scroll wheel. And from...
Oh, we're going into complex territory here. All right, so we go here where the animation timeline is usually, and we want to have the shader editor. Here we go. Whoa! Emission! There it is. Here's the emission.
Here, all we want to do is plug our image texture into the color node of this emission, which is very easy. And there's two ways you can do this. My personal favorite is just dragging and dropping the image directly into the shader editor. So to do that, all you have to do is navigate to where you download your textures on your computer, be it your downloads folder, your desktop, or wherever you save them to. Then when you're in that folder where you downloaded the textures from Patreon 2, drag and drop that texture into your shader editor like so. So click and drag and drop it into your shader editor like that, then go back to Blender, and from the color output of your texture, put that into the color input of your emission like so. Which you can also do by pressing Shift+A, then typing image texture, and then going to open right here. But it's just faster to drag and drop into the shader editor, so that's what I'd recommend you do as well. So you're gonna see that nothing has actually updated yet, and the reason for that is because we are not yet in the right shading mode. But before we switch shading modes, we're actually gonna switch into the UV editing workspace, which is at the top of Blender right here, because we want to edit UVs, of course. So I'm gonna click on this UV editing workspace so we can...
Right. What does UV stand for anyway? Okay, so what we want to do is... I want to grab this. Did they say the face or the body? Is it the body texture? All right. Body texture. And we connect the colors. Okay. What happens if I go like this? Oh! Oh my god. Jesus Christ. It's an abomination! Jesus! No! Don't look, guys! Don't look! Hide! Close your eyes! Don't look! Oh, Jesus! Oh, it's so ugly! Okay, we have to go to the UV editing. I'm guessing we have to select, somehow have to select like the parts, which parts go to which body type of body planes, which faces, which models. You get what I mean? I'm good. I went to the optometrist and got new glasses ordered. That sounds awesome. I also need to have my sight checked. My chainlink assistant keeps on telling me to go and get my eyes checked because, well, they did that and now they have been wearing glasses for like 2 years straight. It turned out that they really needed glasses. Now, I personally don't think I need glasses. I see at least I think I see perfectly fine. Like if you give me like small letters on like a paper sheet and have me read those letters or those words or whatever from across the room, I probably would be able to read them, right? But I still need to get checked just in case. Who knows? Maybe I have something with my eyes, especially since all of my life I've been staring at screens, at like computer monitors and Nintendo Switches and phones and tablets and everything. I basically grew up around screens, and right now my job is on a computer with 2 screens. And I sit on my PC for about like 8 hours. No, actually I sit for more. I sit for like 12 hours, if not almost the full entire day. So I definitely need to go and check my eyes, though right now I'm a bit of a predicament and it's a bit hard for me to... Oh, my chainlink assistant. We're just talking about them. They have returned. And they have given me... Oh, what are these? Treats? Whoa! Would you look at that? Do I have my hand cam on? Oh my god, my hand cam. Look at that! Look at this! Churros! Whoa! Is that what they're called? Awesome! I'm now going to eat them. Tasty. Face review? No face review. I did not throw my face. No face review. You guys don't deserve that yet. Or ever. Maybe I will face review someday. Though I can't really promise that. But yeah, eyes. Woohoo, eyesight. Then I went and got a new foil for my phone screen. A foil? Oh, you mean like a screen protector? Or do you mean something different? What would a new foil be? Oh! My chaining assistant just left. Whoa. I guess that was it for my chaining assistant. I hope everybody said hi to my chaining assistant. They give me Cheerios. Yes? Alright. Oh, I see. Awesome. Screen protectors! I actually, ever since I got my new phone, haven't really had a need to replace anything. I don't know how, because usually I'm really clumsy. Every single phone that I've had up until like this one that I'm using right now, I've like almost immediately broken it or like cracked its screen or have done something to it. I don't know how, but I somehow managed to keep this current phone that I have completely intact with barely any scratches on the screen. And I have never replaced the original screen protector and case that I've placed on the phone. I actually got this phone because I really wanted to play Monster Hunter now. Which, if you guys don't know, it's basically just Pokemon Go, but with Monster Hunter. You go fight monsters in the real world. Monsters from Monster Hunter. And I actually played this to death. And I still do. From time to time, every couple of months, I do go back to it and I do start playing it again. It's a really, really fun mobile game, especially if you play it with friends. I think I'm Hunter rank 150. And I've slain over like 6,000 monsters. Woohoo. But yeah, that sounds amazing, Zypho. What happened to your previous phone protector? Funny story, I actually smashed my first phone ever. My first smartphone, sorry. I was like, you know what? I was out with a friend of mine. I was really, really, really young at that point. I think I was like 13 years old. And I had this, what would you call it? A fanny pack, I think? It's like a small little backpack, very small backpack that sits on over your shoulder, right? I used to wear those for like the longest time. I was out with a friend and I was like, you know what? This fanny pack is so fucking durable. You know how durable? I'm going to smash it into the ground right now with my phone in it and nothing is gonna happen. And I did it. And guess what? Nothing actually happened. My phone was completely fine. And then I was like, I'm not satisfied. I'm gonna do it again. And then I smashed it again. And it broke. Awesome! I was a very smart kid. Wait, let me just check a couple of things real quick on my second monitor. Alright. Oh, what the fuck happened? There we go. Let us now proceed.
Start editing the RUVs. Then from this right panel here, we're going to go to the front view by pressing 1 on our keyboard. So we're in the, oopsie. We're going to press 1 on our numpad, excuse me, to go to the front view so that we can do the UVs in our character here. I'm going to zoom in. So now that I am in the front orthographic view in our right 3D viewport here, I'm going to press Z to switch my shading mode to rendered. So now you can see the material we just made is being applied to our model, and it also looks terrible. This is a mess. How do we fix this? The reason this looks so bad is because we have not actually done the UVs on our model yet. So to do that, making sure that our model is selected, we're going to go from object mode to edit mode by pressing tab. Then we're going to select all the faces that make up her face. So we're going to just select this face, this face, this face, this face, this face, this face, all of these faces right here. We want to make sure that these are all selected right there. So we can go to the other shading preview mode to make it a little bit obvious that all of these faces are selected. We're going to go back to that shading preview mode. Then we're going to press U on our keyboard. So U on our keyboard brings up this menu right here, which is the UV mapping menu. And from this menu, we're going to press this button right here, which is project from view. So after we've pressed project from view, we're going to go into this new window on our left.
Oh, project from view.
It brings up view mode. Then we're going to press U on our keyboard. So U on our keyboard brings up this menu right here, which is the UV mapping menu. And from this menu, we're going to press this button right here, which is project from view. So after we've pressed project from view, we're going to go into this new window on our left here, which is the UV editor. So this is a panel in Blender, just like any other panel. You can see it's right here, the UV editor. It's just like the 3D viewport, just like the image editor, just another editor in Blender that you can use to accomplish a different task. And the controls in the UV editor are exactly the same as the 3D viewport. It's middle mouse to move around, zoom in and out with the scroll wheel, shift plus middle mouse to pan around. You know, it's exactly what you'd expect. So I'm going to press A to select all in the UV editor, and then I'll press G to move our UVs over. I'm going to press S to scale them up and try to line them up with our nose here. So the bottom of our 3D nose model, we're going to try to line up with the bottom of the nose in their texture. So.
Okay. That's really cool. I like that. Let me... make this... Which is this? Material preview. We can keep it like that. Nothing really, it got old and a tiny hole got made in the screen protector. I say. Well, it's not, it's actually, that's actually really smart. It's a good idea to change your screen protector from time to time, especially if it has some wear on it. I actually need to do the same. I do have a few, like, very, very, very small scratches. But scratches nonetheless. So I might actually have to do that as well. Okay, so we pick all of these. Right, and then we press U, project from view. I see. Also, oh wait, no. Now we do project from view. Awesome, okay. We take these, and I guess we, okay, we move them with G. That's so cool. Awesome. Now we do need to scale it. So, well, this would look a bit weird. Guessing it's gonna be best like so. Right? We wanna line it up with the nose. Right, okay, awesome. That's kind of what we want to do, right? It looks awesome so far.
And this is actually a bit too big, so I'm going to scale this down. So try to line it up like that. So the bottom of our nose is where this like shadowed area and the texture is, basically. So now that we've done that, I am going to...
I will need to make this bang...
Middle mouse
Wait,
on out of our...
shut up. I do need to make this bang a tiny bit larger so that it actually reflects the shadow that's being casted on her face. It looks really good so far. Awesome.
Orthographic view, and look at that. If I go to object mode, we just did the UVs on her face. They're done. We're gonna go back to edit mode and select the faces under her jaw. So we're gonna click on this face, this face, this face, shift click on all these faces. Then I'm gonna press U on my keyboard and do project from view. And I'm gonna go back to the UV editing window, press A to select all, G to move them over, S to scale them down so that they're in the shadowed area on the hair right up there. So just press G to move them over.
I see. So I wanna pick the neck. How do you change render views again?
There's a just in my shape orthographic view in our right 3D viewport here. I'm going to press Z to switch my
Z. Okay. I see. Let me see. What am I actually picking? What is the hair and what is the head? So, I think these four should be it, right? And this should be considered the hair, I think. Actually, no. This is definitely her chin. Okay, let's U project from view. And then we should be able to just make it like so. Let's change to material preview, and there we go. That's what we want, right? Looks kind of weird, but actually no, it seems fine, yeah.
Shading mode to rendered. Also that fast using this technique, and in the next video we're going to UV unwrap the rest of her, so stick around. Got it looking.
Oh my god, that's like, Jesus Christ, that's like a full hour of just UV unwrapping. How much is there to this? Jesus Christ.
It does. So this is what our final LOvechan.
That's like half of the video. Okay, it's not half of the video, but like, damn, seriously? Whoa. That's a predicament I've set myself in. Holy shit. Didn't expect to have this much to go over.
Model looks like. You can see I have the UV editor open right here. I just made a new UV editing workspace. And from this model, there's going to be a few really important things I want to point out. First of all, every model that we made that is mirrored, we only need to do the UVs on that one side. Because the model is mirrored, it will automatically mirror the UVs that we do on one side to the other. And whenever I'm doing UVs, I literally just turn off my mirror modifier. So I click on my object, I go to this modifier properties tab, and I press this little monitor icon to disable the viewing of this mirror. This does not actually disable the modifier. This just temporarily makes it invisible, so it's a little bit easier to do your UVs. So I'm also gonna do that in the shoes here, turn off this mirror modifier, turn off the mirror modifier in the arms, turn off the mirror modifier in the hands, and I think that is about it for this one. It just makes your life a lot simpler when you're only UVing one thing, and you can always enable it when you're done doing the UV.
Oh, you say I made a mistake. So I did mirror the legs, right? If I go to the modifier, I did mirror them. That means that basically this is the only thing that actually exists, and her left leg, the right leg in our POV, I just mirrored it, and same with the shoes. However, I couldn't really get it to work with the arms, so it just kind of copied these two and just rotated them and placed them on the other side of her torso. So I hope that's not gonna be that big of a deal. I think it just means that I will have to UV unwrap, or like just place the textures in the UVs for these two models separately, I think. Which, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. But all right, I see now why they wanted me to mirror. Okay, got it. I see.
So with that out of the way, let's explore how I did the UVs on the feet here by clicking on them in object mode, going to edit mode, and selecting all of our faces on this model. So with that selected, we're going to notice some things here that are kind of interesting. First of all, I overlapped the UVs on my model here. So these UVs and these UVs are totally overlapped like this. And there's a clarification I need to make from the last video where I said that UV overlaps are like fine and kind of a non-issue. That is definitely not always the case, and I apologize for saying it like that, because when you are working in a game engine like Unreal or Unity, having overlapping UVs like this can actually cause issues when you're baking light maps. So in Blender here, I really don't think that's going to cause too many issues that I know of. But just so you know, that can cause issues in certain game engines. That is not always the case.
Alright, so I don't really have to worry about it then. I don't really plan on doing any video games. Maybe. I mean, I did have the idea of possibly making a... maybe, just maybe, making myself a lore video game. That sounds awesome. But we'll see if that happens. It sounds hard. Make myself my own video game. It would be a pretty fun experience though. I do already know like the basics of Lua, because I did try to do a couple of things in Roblox. In fact, let me show you guys right now. Just make sure that I don't show anything I don't want to show. Go to Roblox real quick. Now, I'm not gonna be showing the Roblox Studio thing. Do you wanna... Oh, wait, where is it? Let me see, inventory, I think? Inventory, and then places. Right, okay, there we go. Found it. So I wanted to learn how to do Lua in Roblox. There is, again, a really good guide on YouTube that I followed. And this is kind of what I did. It's a... I mean, it's not really a game, it's more just like a test place. Yeah, I made like an incremental game where I made these buttons out of 2 blocks, and if this red block, if this red block sees that you have made contact, like a player has made contact, you will buy it. It checks if the money is equal or more than the cost, and this is the reward. This is 1 money per second. Now this is $5. It takes 5 money from me, and now it gives me 2 per second. And now that I have 25, I can buy coins, level 1 coins, which are coins that spawn right here. Each coin gives you between 1 and 5 monies, right? Isn't that awesome? And there are a couple of upgrades right here, but how do you get to them? Well, of course, by gaining some speed, so you can make the jump. Now that you have some speed, you can make this jump and get to the other upgrades, which gives you more passive income, jump power, so you can get to the next area, and level 2 and level 3 coins, which are the same as these ones, but way more worth. Way more worth. This is basically what I did. It's nothing like absolutely groundbreaking, of course, but I'm happy that I did it because I did it myself, right? Now, if you ask me to do the same exact thing again, I probably wouldn't be able to, because this test place thingy that I made was like 6 months ago. And I barely remember anything. I did also go to school for my school had... Wait, no, sorry. My specialty, I think it's what that's called, specialty. The thing that I wanted to learn in school, that I choose to learn in school, was programming, is what I wanted to say. And in school, we learned how to do C#, as well as JavaScript, and I think HTML. I don't remember absolutely anything from any of the 3 languages that we learned in school. Not because I wasn't really interested, but it's just that at the time I was way more focused on other things like video editing, and I just really did not have the patience or time or energy or, you know, the need to learn any of those languages. And while I do have a basic knowledge on, you know, everything, I wouldn't be able to do anything with it. Now, Lua, which is the language that Roblox uses, is actually a really nice language. Roblox may be absolutely tremendous as a video game and as a company and as everything, especially in recent months, due to like the face verifications and whatever the fuck not, right? But outside of that, as a game engine, it's actually pretty good, and Lua is such a lightweight and easy language to learn and understand. It's actually so nice. Camp, welcome to the stream on the Twitch side. With the JPEG wave, I want to get myself some emotes as well. I don't have affiliate yet, but someday. Welcome, Camp. I hope you're having an amazing day. We're currently doing 3D animation. Wait, not animation. Sorry, modeling. We're doing modeling. We're doing UV unwrapping. Look, we put the face. The face. Anyway, Camp, how are you today? I hope your day has been great. But as I was saying, I do still wanna potentially learn how to use Lua, but maybe not for Roblox. While I love Roblox because, well, what can I say? I grew up with Roblox. I started playing it in like 2014, and I constantly reminisce of those times. Playing like Pizza Simulator, work at a pizza place, and Lumber Tycoon. Such great games, man. I love Roblox, and I still do. There are some bangers on it, like Noscape and Grace. Holy shit, amazing games. But to be fair, the platform itself is just absolutely awful. Why, after watching that one 3D modeling tutorial, I see everyone doing the same? Well, maybe it's because it's a good tutorial, I don't know. We are indeed following Crash Soon's low poly modeling course. I did the modeling off stream. As you can see, this is already done. The model is done. I did this off stream in my own free time. And currently I'm trying to figure out how to do UVs. We just did the face. Ignore the hair. Look at the face. Wow. It is a good tutorial, but I don't think it's that new. And I haven't seen anyone doing that before, Lamau. Well, it doesn't have to be new to be a good tutorial. It's still pretty relevant in my opinion. If the buttons on the screen work in the application that I'm using, then that means it's up to date. You see, when the person tells me to press Z to change my rendering view, and I can change my rendering view by pressing Z, that means it's up to date. So it doesn't have to be new to be like a good guide. And I've learned a lot with modeling. It's actually really fun. I love how kind of like it's kind of relaxing to model and do these types of things. Also, you're a 3D modeler as well? I need to see your work. So far, I've been loving 3D modeling and animating as well. I see you're a JPEG fan, so you might have already seen the fact that I've started doing a small little animation for JPEG, which, let me first save here, which is right here. in a J paper. There it is. Isn't that so fucking cool? I love 3D animating, it's so fun. Boing, boing, boing. We'll be finishing up this animation this Saturday. Just letting you know. Last time I tried to learn 3D modeling, I wanted to kill... Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. It's not something you should say. I don't know how to delete messages. So just warning you, don't say that. We're not talking about anybody killing themselves. Nobody. Never kill yourself. Even as a joke, it's not. We shouldn't say that. But yeah, I understand. I watched the VOD. Hell yeah, man! Thank you so much. I hope you had a great time watching it. In fact, I let me fanboy here for a second, okay? Wait, listen to me. Let me fanboy here for a second, okay? JPEG actually messaged me after the stream. JPEG messaged me. Now we're basically best friends. That's not true. That's actually not true. Well, it turned out that we spoke for a bit. Thank you so much. Nice and congratulations all at the same time. Thank you. We spoke for a bit in DMs, and it turned out we have a lot more common than I initially thought we had. That's so fucking cool. I'm like smiling and smirking and clapping my hands and being all happy and excited. So yeah, I'm so happy. Maybe someday in the future we're gonna play Deadlock together. But yeah, Camp, if you should be able... Wait, let me structure the thoughts in my head. Try 3D modeling again. If you couldn't the first time, try it again. There's a thing called the rule of 3, where you should try everything at least 3 times before you make like a definitive opinion on it. Hell nah, hey, it's you. I'm not forcing you. Just saying, if you have any sort of, interest, you should definitely try it, even if you suck at it first, because everybody sucks at the start of everything. Absolutely everybody, right? Now, for me personally, 3D animation, at least, now modeling is a bit hard, especially this hair. Holy shit! It was actually hell. I barely understood what was going on. This modeling the hair of this model was kind of rough, right? But when it comes to 3D animation, I think I actually have it pretty well thought out, right? The JPEG animation that I'm currently doing, that I will finish again on Saturday, be there, please. I think it's my 3rd ever Blender animation, right? And not to like suck my own dick here, right? I think I managed to pull it off because I already have some sort of knowledge on timing and keyframes specifically, because I am a video editor. I edit videos for a living for different VTubers, and I just kind of have that already. No, I already understand timings and, you know, keyframes and everything surrounding that. So I think that's why my animations are coming out really, really nice. But you should definitely, if you have any sort of interest in anything, especially creative, you should try to learn it. Give yourself like 3-4 hours and try to learn it, especially if it's going to help you with something else. Right now I'm currently learning how to model my own 3D stuff so I can animate them, right? I personally don't care that much about modeling. It's fun, right? I definitely do think it's really fun. It's a really interesting process. However, if I had the chance to not do 3D modeling, I probably wouldn't. What I want to do is animating. What I want to do is 3D animation. But sadly, I just don't have the models I want to animate, so I gotta make them myself. I did some animated art before. You mean 2D animation? That sounds awesome. I have a friend who does 2D animations, and they're so talented. Holy shit! I even helped him. Even helped with one of their videos. Actually, let me shout them out real quick. What was their name again? Oh, I can't find them. You know what? That's fine. Their name is Splinkos on everywhere. And they do some really cool animations. I made this emo. Oh, that's so awesome. That's actually so cool. Aguchi-guchi-gu. Aguchi-guchi-gu. That's really cool. I love that emote. That's such a fun emote. You did that. That's really nice. Where is Splinkos? There she is. See, this is a friend of mine. Splinkos. Look at their animation. Holy shit. Let me mute this. Look at this. They're so fucking cool. They're so talented. They're so awesome. Look at this. What the fuck? It's so good. So clean, so nice. I haven't subscribed to them on this, on my... Oh. What? You can't tell me this isn't fucking peak. Also, this is... I made the background. I helped them with the background. I made a small little like edit. So I made the background, and I also added this corpse, which is actually a picture of a shrimp, because that's the closest thing I had to a to a corpse on my PC at the time. So I just put this is actually a picture of a shrimp. 2020 Dream SMP animation meme. Hey, I mean, come on. Dream SMP may be cringe, but to be cringe is to be free. You can't tell me it's indeed peak. That's what I'm saying. I also did the paper JPEG and LabRat, if you didn't No lemao. Wait, you helped Pixel with the model? I didn't know that. That's awesome. That's absolutely amazing. I love those models. I just saw the lab rat model. Oh wait, I forgot the music. Oops. It's too quiet. I did see the lab rat model this morning. It's absolutely amazing. You guys are so fucking talented. I love seeing creative minds get together and do something. It's so cool. It's so cool. Fans were cringe, but the Dream SMP wasn't. No, the Dream SMP honestly was a really genius idea. I will be absolutely completely honest. The fact that they scripted events and they, you know, thought of the how entertaining a stream could be, first and foremost, was absolutely genius. The Dream SMP, it was definitely a really cool thing to experience. However, well, it turned out that half of the Dream SMP cast are either very weird or are predators, and that's not good. Also, yeah, the fans were pretty cringy at the time. I personally do not like Dream as a person, honestly. As a creator, I can't help but like have absolutely complete respect for, you know, their game, their creator game. However, I don't know, they just seem a bit weird to me. I don't really want to delve into drama. This is supposed to be a bit of a chiller stream. On the RobeChained streams, we here are chill and we only do chill stuff. We don't talk about drama. The Quackity SMP is awesome. I haven't seen anything of the Quackity SMP. I haven't really followed anything Minecraft except maybe 2B2T. I don't know what the drama is about. Well, there's many dramas actually. For Dream specifically, first it was the cheating scandals, right? Then it was some really bad allegations about, I think, his girlfriend. Or did he have a girlfriend? What was it? I don't really remember that much anymore. It was so long ago. Holy shit. I love how Polish people are the main characters of Quackity SMP. I'm Polish, by the way. Are they? That's all awesome. The cheating was a mistake, if I remember correctly. Well, let's not dwell too much on it, honestly. That's definitely a topic for another stream. They're so loud, everybody already knows them in Lamau. I know of Quackity. Oh, Kevin, good night. On the YouTube side, Kevin. I hope you have a great rest. Thank you so much for being on the stream today. And thank you for the tips and tricks. Holy shit. They are really, really, really helpful. Who are the loud ones from the Quackity SMP? I only know Quackity is there. I think I've seen J-Schlat on the SMP as well, but I'm not absolutely completely sure. As I said, I don't really follow Minecraft anymore, especially since the pandemic. I just don't really care about Minecraft anymore all that much. I grew up with it. But I just can't be bothered. Polish people are the loudest. I see. I didn't know that. What is your decibel record? How much can you scream, Camp? If you are loud, prove it. I saw some people in the chat that learned Polish just to watch them. That is some dedication, holy shit. It must be peak then. No, I haven't heard anything bad about the Quackity SMP. And from what I've seen personally of Quackity, I used to watch Quackity before the Dream SMP. And before I think he didn't even do Minecraft stuff. He did like, oh, I can't seem to remember. Was it Roblox? I don't remember. But I do remember watching him before the Dream SMP, and seeing him grow so much is actually absolutely fantastic. Quackity is a really entertaining fellow. He definitely deserves it. I'm really quiet. Oh. I mean, you still need to have a record, right? By the way, why do you look like Bad Boy Halo? That's a name I haven't heard in a while. Jesus Christ. You're the you're the first one. You're the first one to call me that. You know, most people call me Taff from Forsaken. This is what a poo, man. What an insane poo. I do not look like Bad Boy Halo, no shot. No way. Okay, man, is it just because he's hooded? I mean, I kind of see the resemblance, but come on, man. You can't tell. All right, man. All right, man. Look. We may have some similarities, all right? But you can't fucking tell me that just because he's hooded, he looks like me. Like, what the hell, man? Bad Boy Halo after reading The King in Yellow. That's so funny. In some of the fan art, he looks like you. Change the hue. I don't know if I actually. Let me see if I match. Would I be able to? Filters. Color correction. Hue shift. Where is red? What the fuck? Why don't I have red on me? I can be blue if you want. Saturation? All right. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, man. All right. I kind of see it. I kind of see it. I do kind of see it. Okay. What a poo, man. What a poo. I would have never thought of this. Ever. Wow. Yes, both are looking similar. Weren't you going to sleep, Kevin? You had to see the resemblance. Wow. What an eye-opener. Bad boy Robe. All right, let's let's do some UV unwrapping, shall we? enough with the comparisons, please. I am my own person, please, guys. My own person. You be the 7th hunter. If you're referencing something, I don't get it.
That is not the case with every game engine.
Well, let's get some work done, shall we?
But for certain game engines, that can be an issue, having overlapping UVs. Now, personally,
Dreams Manhunt. Bad Boy Halo is in there. I know that they know each other. I'll be the 7th hunter. How many hunters does it take to kill a single dream? About 6, 7. About yeah, now you're cute to laugh, guys.
A few overlapping UVs, I don't really care. It's not really a big deal. Especially if your model's only going to be living in Blender, I wouldn't even worry about it, but that's just something to keep in mind, right? So that's the first thing I wanted to mention out of the way. Second thing I wanted to mention is that this texture map for LOvechan is very, very deeply imperfect. And the reason for that is this texture map was made kind of early on while I was still learning how to optimize these UV maps the best I could, and
that's fine.
The processes. Now, if we go over to a low poly model I made after this, however, you're going to notice some improvements. So if I go to another UV editing workspace right here, and if I go to the shading rendered preview, and this low poly model, by the way, is available to download in the Gumroad version of the course. So you not only get this model to download, which you can reference the UVs on, and they're also fully rigged, but you also get this model in the low poly course on Gumroad. So definitely check those out today if you want to reference these UVs yourself, or if you want to reference the rigs. So if I
really need to get this. Holy, this is such a cool course. I really want to get it. Only $30. That's like basically nothing. I'm planning to make a costume for the paper JPEG from the previous stream. Awesome. What's the costume? Is it gonna be the area costume that a JPEG debuted? Like, was it yesterday? Wait, no, it wasn't yesterday. When was it? Oh. Yeah, that's so cool. Can't wait to see it, man. Add some fire on your hoodie and Robe will become a ghost rider. Stop! Stop comparing me to other people! I'm me! I am Robe, and I'm nobody else. I'm not Taff from Forsaken. I'm not Bad Boy Halo. And I'm not gonna become a Ghost Rider, okay? I am RobeChained. Okay, I am yellow and I am made out of darkness and magic. And I have chains on me. Stop it! The king in yellow. Yeah, I'm the hidden king, yeah, do my fucking thing, yeah, do my bidding, yeah. Okay, the king in yellow I like. I'm low-key evil. Have you guys played with Deadlock? Can you guys see that I'm a bit into Deadlock? Also, the Hidden King is the best Patreon. Arc Mother can go suck my dick. Yes, Robe is different and unique. You're saying it like it's a bad thing. God damn it, Kevin. What the fuck? Stop making fun of me.
Go to this model and open up the texture sheet here. You're going to notice that things are packed a lot more tightly together. The hair is not taking up nearly as much as the UV map as it was on this one. The face only takes up a pretty small part of the UV map in this LOvechan texture, but that ended up getting much bigger on this one to the point where it's taking up, you know, like 10 or 15% of the whole UV map. And I say this because as you're making textures, as you're making your own 3D models, you're gonna slowly get better and better at this stuff and find different workflows and different ways to optimize this space a lot better. It's going to look a lot better. It's going to be a lot more texture efficient. You're going to learn how this process works, and you're gonna go back and forth between making the UV map, making your model, and you're going to adjust things and kind of iterate upon them over time. And this is not something you're going to nail at first. You're going to have a UV map at first that you'll slowly realize, oh wait, this I should have did it like this, should have did it like this, and that's not a bad thing. If those are the realizations you're coming to, that means you're learning. That is not a bad thing, and just know that UV mapping is super annoying. It's not something that most people enjoy.
That should honestly apply to absolutely everything. That's how you learn, man. You try something, you see it doesn't work, and then you realize, oh my god, wait, I could have done this like in that way. I could have done this in some other way. Oh my god, that's how you learn, man. That is some very genuinely good advice. It's 12 a.m. here in the morning and I'm still watching your live stream. You should go sleep. Kevin, you said you were gonna sleep. Please, dude. Make sure to get some rest. Seriously, if you really want to, you can watch the VOD after it's done. You seriously, nothing is stopping you. Please go get some rest. Your health comes first. I mean, if you want to stay in the stream, be my guest. I don't mind it. Of course, I am absolutely thankful for everybody who's here. Speaking of Skeleton Trooper on the Twitch side, hello, welcome to the stream. My name is RobeChained. Welcome to the stream. I can't stay for long, so see ya. Okay, well, bye, Skeleton. Also, Mr. Yellow, awesome bad boy Hello. Jesus Christ. I'm just going to become a mesh of absolutely everything. You know what? That was my plan all along. I'm actually supposed to be kind of like a blank slate, you see? So I don't mind that at all, actually. By the way, I just realized that my PNG tuber was a bit delayed. You see, I use my phone as a microphone, and because of that, it's a tiny bit delayed. I have two microphones, actually. My microphone that's connected to my PC, right? That's from my camera, which sounds absolutely tremendously awful. And I don't even wanna like touch it. I don't even want you guys to hear it at all. I just trust me, it's awful. It's really bad. So I'm using my phone connected to my PC using a software that lets me convert my phone's microphone to my PC. And because of that, there is like a very small delay. Right now, my model was actually picking up my camera microphone, which is slightly before my microphone, which makes things delayed. I just noticed that. Camp, you haven't noticed that? That's good, but I did, and I fixed it. So it's a good thing I fixed it before anybody noticed. But yeah, Skeleton, thank you for saying hi. I really, really appreciate it. What I want to say is that I'm a blank slate for everybody. I'm supposed to be anything and everything you want me to be. If you want me to be a girl, I can be a girl. If you want me to be Victor from Deadlock, which I highly advise you to do, I will be Victor from Deadlock. I really want to commission somebody. See, I love Victor. I really want to commission someone to make an art piece of me riding Victor, like on his back, being on being a piggy ridden on a piggy ride. That would be so fucking cool. Also, fun fact: RobeChained is about 150 centimeters. I'm very small. The contraption, it's actually you guys should I should definitely take a picture of my setup sometime so you guys can see what's actually happening. I will definitely post that on my Discord. Speaking of, you guys should join my Discord server. You guys should join my Discord server. It's right here in my socials. Here you go for Twitch. Here you go for YouTube. Also, Skeleton, thank you for the follow. I just saw that. I swear to God, I really need to get follower alerts so that I know when somebody follows. But yeah, on my card website, you guys can see all the different socials that I have. My Discord server is where I post announcement, and soon enough I'll make it into a public space for people to speak in. Right now I can't because I'm still setting up stuff, but in due time, you guys will be able to speak to each other. Woohoo! About all sorts of different... about all sorts of different creative stuff. We love creating. Only 3 apples tall? Make that 3.5. You could say I'm a bit of a tall boy. I started following you on Instagram. Thank you so much, Kevin. That's like my least active social, but thank you so much.
Doing at all. It's kind of based on math, but it's also not that difficult. It is really not that difficult, and once you get the hang of it, it actually does become pretty fun to do and experiment with. So, with all that out of the way, let's talk about LOvechan here. So now let's do the UVs on LOvechan's feet here. And you can see on the left we have the finalized LOvechan model in Blender. So this is a different Blender window. And on the right, this is where we were in Blender. And I'm keeping these open at the same time just so you have a reference point for how I did the UVs on this model, so you can kind of reference them and go back and forth. But again, it's going to be a lot easier if you have the Gumroad version of the model, so definitely get the Gumroad version of the series today if you want the easiest way to reference this model. But in any case, I'm going to go clicking on my feet, pressing tab. I'm going to also turn on screencast keys, Then I'm going to disable this right here, which is the...
Let's see, okay, well, I think we kind of learned how to do this. Where's my Blender? Here it is. Watching the tutorial on stream is funny as hell. What's funny about it? I gotta learn somehow. Tutorials are the best way to learn. However, I will go for a quick break because my my throat is getting a bit sore. So yeah, I just give me a like 2-3 minutes so I can get myself some water, please. Let me play you guys some music and I'll be right back. Oh, Kevin. Good night, Kevin. Okay, I'm back. Whoa, that was a very, very, very quick. Whoa, whoa, don't look at that. No. Whoa. You guys almost saw my secrets. Oh no. I'm kidding. There was no secret. It was just my Twitch. It was just my Twitch dashboard. Okay, I'm back. I really needed some water. Let me play the music. There we go. Really needed some water. IP leak. Damn it. No, don't come to my house and bring me free gifts, please. No. I would definitely hate it if somebody came over and bought me the new Monster Hunter Stories 3. No. No. Oh no, I would hate it if somebody came over to my house and gave me all of the money in the world I need to buy myself cool art and commission cool art from cool people and get myself like a song, and also possibly even get myself some other things like a proper stream schedule and maybe even a proper thumbnail. Oh, don't do that, please. But yeah, hello everybody, I am back. Speaking of stream schedules, guys, holy shit, I figured it out. So okay, wait, why am I showing Discord? Hey, you know what, that's fine. Sorry for the flashbang. Oh god, no, light. Oh no, light mode, shit. Oh no, kill that guy, kill that man, kill him. Anyway, what I wanted to do with my thumbnails, this is my first ever like revision of my thumbnails, that before they looked like this. You light mode is based first. You're like the first person with actual sense in their mind. I'm kidding. Use whatever you want to use. I use FL Studio in white mode. You do music? That's awesome. I really want to hear that. But yeah, use whatever you wanna do. We wanna use. Yeah, you don't? Why wouldn't I? I love advocating for people creating their own stuff. But as you can see, these were my first iteration of my thumbnails. You can also see them in my YouTube VODs. As you can see, they're very rough. They look kind of weird. But then I decided, you know what? I took some inspiration from Grace from Roblox. And I said, you know what? Let me make my stuff pixelated. So I started making my thumbnails on a, I think it was a 240p resolution in PhotoP. However, as you can see right here, the text is blurry and has like these semi-transparent pixels, which makes it look blurry and weird. And I did this for this thumbnail and this thumbnail. However, can you guys see a difference? You know, outside of the fact that I added a completely new, completely new font to the thumbnail, everything is completely like pixelated, actually pixelated. No, there are no transparent pixels except I guess here. I should fix, you guys can't see it actually, wait, here. Maybe I should fix that, but that's whatever. As you can see, it's actually like pixelated and stuff. It actually looks awesome up front, and you know, it doesn't look blurry and weird. Use Figma. I've already gotten used to using PhotoP. I like PhotoP. PhotoP is nice. So yeah, another great and awesome advancement that I've made with my streams. What is Figma, by the way? I haven't heard of that. Figma. A designer tool? Oh no fucking way! I'm not gonna use that. Never mind. No shot, man. Figma is good for UI and graphic design. I mean, I can see that, but I do not like using these types of softwares. I like my generic Photoshop-esque photo editors. I mean, I guess I could try it for something, but Thank you for the suggestion, though. I will keep it in mind next time I want to do something for like UI based or graphic design or whatever. Let's see. Let's make the shoe. I want to make the shoes. So we just saw from the video, from the course that we're currently following, we saw that they were making the shoes, so that's why we're gonna be making the shoes. Let's do that. We want to go into UV editing, and we want to select do we have to add the material for each and every piece of the model? This seems weird. Actually, wait, can't I just... This is already here. Can't I just choose this, copy this, Control C, right? And then go here, delete this, Control V, surface. Oh, there we go. Awesome. Look at me learning. All right, we can just copy and paste it. Awesome. The best use for Figma in your case would be a stream schedule. I already have a stream schedule. It's a bit rough, but here it is. As I said, you can see the artifacting in the thing. Next week, when I make the stream schedule for next week, I will, fix these up, make them actually pixelated and actually look nice, and I think this will make the stream schedule look way better than what it is right now. Though that has to wait for next time, for next week. Oh, I forgot to put myself in the self-promo in the JPEG Discord server. Oh, that's fine. Maybe next time. Bro put his own fan art in the schedule. I don't have any other art. That's why I'm gonna make my own. How can I explain this to you that nobody is making art for me? So I have to compensate somehow. In fact, actually, in my last stream schedule, there was nothing. Absolutely nothing. Don't you see this? What do I do? What do you want me to do? There has to be some art. I sent the stream link on You did? Holy shit. Wait, you actually did? That's so nice of you. Thank you so much. I don't even need to... I don't even need to self-promo myself because other people are doing it for me. This is how you win, everyone. Skeleton joined from there. Skeleton. Skeleton. Welcome to the underground. How was the fall? If you wanna rock around, give us a call. Okay, let's go to the UV editing and let's get this ready and done and complete. So we want to pick these 3 faces. We want to press U and we want to project from. Now we want to project from view. There we go. That was so random. Ha! Welcome to the world of RobeChained, where everything is random. Oh, Jesus Christ. What did I do? Free randomness at the price for free? Satisfactory. Okay, let's see. How do we want to line this up? I'm guessing we don't really want the outlines to be visible. That means that it's gonna look like this. Yeah, this seems fine. It's a bit low res, but I mean, you're not gonna be looking at it from this close up. Then we're gonna oops, what did I do? What the fuck? Gonna pick these. Then what we wanna do is we wanna rotate this on the how am I gonna flip this? Flip mirror. Ah, there we go. Awesome. G. S to scale it down. Actually, S to scale it a little bit up. There we go. That's what we want to do, right?
Mirror modifier, because I don't really want that right now. You can just disable it in edit mode by pressing this one. So honestly, I'll just press that. So I'll go into edit mode, go to my modifiers tab, and click right here to just disable the modifier in edit mode so I can UV this a bit easier. And with that all out of the way,
we already did that.
I have my LOvechan body texture open so I can UV this properly. And again, make sure you're in the rendered view, press Z, go to rendered view to make sure you're in rendered view while doing this. So I'm going to select all 3 faces on the side of my shoe and press U and go to project from view. And of course, that has done nothing yet because this object does not actually have the material that we made for the face and head here. That is not yet applied to the.
I figured that out by myself, by the way, I'm just saying.
So I'm going to click on.
I did this before the tutorial told me.
The material properties tab, go to LOvechan body, so we actually have that material visible. It's only going to show up in rendered view. Remember that, it's only going to be visible in rendered view. So with that out of the way, I'm going to select all 3 of these faces and press U, project from view. With that done, I'm going to press A to select all in the UV editor, G to move them over, S to scale them down. And again, project from view is just a really handy and quick way to unwrap simple shapes like the ones you have in low poly models. However, you have to realize that it is not always the best choice. This is not always the best way to unwrap your models in 3D. And other unwrapping methods like unwrap or smart UV project, which you can see right here, unwrap and smart UV project, those can often work a lot better for more complicated models, models with curved surfaces. But for planar models, which is what, you know, this low poly aesthetic has a lot of, you can kind of just get away with having a project from view based approach like 90% of the time. It's really not too big of a deal. So with all of that out of the way, we now have this kind of lined up on our model here. And what I like to do when I'm on UV wrapping is hide overlays. And to do that with a hotkey, that is Shift Alt Z. So Shift Alt Z, Shift Alt Z to hide overlays like that.
Oh, that's how you hide overlays. Shift Alt Z. Oh my god. I didn't know that. It's actually so nice.
And that's looking pretty good. So with that done and out of the way, I am going to go to the opposite side and press Shift Alt C so I can see overlays again. Click, click, click. I'll go to the orthographic view here. Once again, view, project from view like so. And now we're gonna kind of line that up with where this one was. So G, so I'm gonna press A to select all, G to move it. And you're gonna notice this is actually inverted, right? We want this to be the opposite of what it looks like right now. And to do that,
All right, and that's why you flip it.
Scale it on the x-axis. So I'm gonna select all, press S to scale, then press X on my keyboard to scale on the x-axis, and then
or mirror it. Isn't it gonna be better if you just mirror it on the x-axis? What the fuck?
This thing appears. I'm gonna make sure that my scale on the x value is exactly -1. And
okay.
Then I'm gonna just line it up like so.
I think I figured out a better way. Yeah, take that. Random guide on the internet I found about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I actually know better than you. Yeah, take that. Anyway, we want... Oh, that's so funny. You can see LOvechan's face here. Didn't do it without a tutorial? You're asking way too much of me. Alright, let's press U, project from view. Oh, that rhymed. And then we're gonna take this. We're gonna scale it down. So. This is what we want, right? Oh, we also have this, which... Which I'm guessing is... Huh? What would this back part be? Would it just be gray? That doesn't seem right.
Again, then move them over into this, nebulous zone, because that's kind of what I did in my UV map here. This is all just like one color, and you kind of can get away with that. You can get away with a lot of bullshit in your UV map, and it's kind of surprising how much people won't notice. Pardon my language. So.
Whoa, seriously? Okay, I guess we're painting this gray. So you project from view and just do this. We're gonna do the absolute same right here. Okay. Awesome. To be fair, I never noticed that LOvechan's the back of her boot, not boot. The back of her boot is completely gray, to be fair.
So if I click on the bottom of my foot here, for example, the bottom of my foot in my final model is literally just black pixels. So in my model here, I'm just going to select this bottom.
Oh, it would make sense that it's a bit darker on the bottom. Yeah, definitely. Shoo! Now if we go to the layout and mirror it, oh my god. Holy shit! That's so funny. Hi! What are you doing in your shoe? What the hell? Get out of there! That's not where you belong. Awesome. Okay, let's go back to the UV editing. I think I can understand it now. Leg. I think the leg is just... Oh no, the leg is this, I think. Right here, this part. So, let's... Actually, first, we go here in the layout, and we press this. We copy these three and we put it. Actually, no. We first need to make this right. Okay. There we go. I like that these are like building blocks. It's really nice. Okay. So I'm guessing that this is the leg right here. It would definitely be way easier when I do this for myself. So let's project from view. Oh, is it only this? Is it only her thigh? There we go. I want the whole leg. G here. S to scale it. So you want something like this? No, I'm not absolutely completely sure if this is what we want to do.
Face, go to U. Now we want to do. I'm just selecting this top face here, and then I'm going to U. My camera angled from here. U project from view. That's another thing to keep in mind. Every time you're projecting from view, that is from the perspective. You're projecting your 3D model.
Yeah, I figured that.
Your 3D camera, which is why this was like kind of at an angle here. When I projected from view. If I did this at like a really like harsh angle like this and then did U project from view again, it's just gonna look like that. It's literally taking a snapshot of the perspective of your camera in the 3D viewport and projecting that onto 2D space, right? So I'm going to make sure my camera is all the way up here and do project from view like that, because we do not want that in when we are doing our UVs. We do not want a super harsh angle when we're doing our UVs like that, because it's going to create really bad distortion in our UV map. So I'm just going to select this, go back to the shading preview by pressing Z, then going to rendered. I'm going to select this UV and move it into this space like so. And I hope you're starting to realize this is definitely not rocket science. Anyone can do this. It is not that complicated. It is just a bit annoying, but it can be fun. I do think it is fun sometimes. So I'm going to select these front faces right here. So select this face, this face, this face, go to the front view, view, project from view.
Right, okay, I see.
Grab this.
Well, what is there to say I'm guessing that the hair is going to be a bit harder to UV map. But other than that, it seems that it's really straightforward, honestly. I'm still gonna follow the tutorial, of course, in case Crash Soon says something that might be in my interest. Like, for example, you know, the UV, what was it? Where's my blender? There it is. What was it? Shift out and then Z to take out the wireframe. Really, really helpful. Oh, what did I do? The wireframe. All right. However, I'm not absolutely sure with this leg. Now, I'm guessing that this should be fine if we just make it into one single color. Oh, what did I do? Did I hide it? No, that's not what I wanted to do. What is this for? This is like a shadow, it seems. I'm guessing that... Guessing we want to have the shadow? Because she does have shorts. I'm guessing that the shorts do cast a shadow. They're quite huge. Huge shorts? Let's see.
Line it up into a 2D space. That's going to be the same with this right here because, you know, if in our front view, these are perfectly lined up to the perspective of our front view camera. So these two are fine. This one is problematic though, because the perspective of this from our front view camera is at like a, I don't know, 30-degree angle. It's way off. And you can see just by looking at it that there's this crazy distortion going on here. It's very, very pixelated, whereas this looks perfectly fine. So to fix that, we're going to select these three faces again. And what I did here in my UV map is I kind of just squished things over. That's one way of doing it. Again, this texture map is far from perfect. I don't want you to think this texture map is perfect. It's just a jumping off point as you learn how UV mapping works. So I'm going to press 1 to go to vertex select in the UV editor. So just like you can switch 1, 2, 3 to go to vertex select, edge select, and face select in the 3D viewport, you can do the exact same thing in the UV editor. So I'm going to press 1, make sure I'm in vertex select, and kind of slide these verts over with G and then X. And I'm going to just reference how I did this because I did it in a way to reduce distortion when I did my projection. And then I'm going to grab these and move them down. And look at that. You can watch this distortion become a little bit lower as
I see.
Around in my UVs here. And again,
now that they mention it, it does look pretty pretty distorted. All right, well, let's fix it up then. Can I pick the cube? Can I select the cube? There we go. This, we wanna fix it up here by squishing it a little. Actually, wait, let me to store the like. Yes. Hmm. I'm gonna have something like this so it lines up with the sides. Right, okay. Though this doesn't line up. Does it have to line up? It might not have to. Look at this. It's right here. Hmm. No, it would seem like it's decently fine.
You're not gonna find too many great tutorials.
How did they do it? This will line up with this right here. It's basically how I did it. All right. I mean, I'm fine with that. I like this.
Doing UVs in Blender, I've noticed, because it's really kind of a thing you need to just do to understand how it works. It's really hard to describe. People are a lot more like stream of consciousness when they're explaining how this works, because it is just a weird thing you just do. It's not complicated. There's still a lot of distortion here. Maybe I should move this up. I'll move it down a bit. Move this. So there's not like horrible distortion. Move that down. Again, the UVs here were not done in an ideal way, but that is totally fine. So I'm gonna hide my overlays by pressing Shift-Alt-Z. And that is looking pretty good. You can mess with this more so if you want to get things lining up a little bit better. For example, right here, I'm noticing that I could have lined this up a bit better. So I'm gonna click on this, make sure I'm in vertex select, and move these up in my UV editor, move them down rather. And then I'm just gonna kind of orbit around my model to see how my seams are looking. And I can see that these are a bit misaligned, so I'm gonna click on this front face. There's G, or A rather, and then move it up a little bit. Kind of lines up, but that's still a bit rough, so I'm gonna scale it down. G plus Y to move it a bit. And that's good enough, because something you also have to keep in mind is that this is the feet. There's a really easy, it's so easy to get perfectionistic when you're doing UVs, where it's like, oh, there's all these seams, there's all these errors, I need to fix them, and you spend like 3 hours trying to make them perfect. It's not worth it. Like, these are the feet of your model, right? Unless you're like doing something super professional, you just need everything to be absolutely perfect. A lot of the time, it's just like, just move on. It does not need to be perfect. Like, the feet are such a small thing. If you want to spend time being perfectionist in the head, the face, the hair, other like focal points of your model, that's fine. But don't get lost in the details. Don't get lost in the sauce. Don't worry about it.
That is an absolutely great point, honestly. Sorry for stopping this. So, I mean, what am I apologizing for? What the fuck? This morning when I did the Be Right Back screen, which you guys just saw, this one right here. Whoa! Isn't it so cool? Me and Camp were actually talking a little bit in the JPEG Discord server. They gave me a couple of ideas, right? Which I have written them down, and I will keep them in mind next time I revisit the Be Right Back screen and the other things. I'm currently for my stream stuff, right? I'm currently really trying to focus on making it exist first, right? I want to have my overlay existing. I want to have my alerts. I want to have my starting soon screen, my recording screen, my gaming screen, my be right back screen, my chatting screen, everything, right? And there are inconsistencies in every single part of every single thing that I have on stream. That is because if I wanted to be perfect, I still wouldn't have started streaming. Because there are so many minute little details, so many things that you need to do in order for things to start getting to look better, right? However, if you don't start doing something, whatever it is, you will never learn how to do it better. Jesus Christ, that scared me. Seems like my chainlink assistant is back yet again. Hello, chainlink assistant! That fucking scared the shit out of me anyway. As I was saying, it's just... Oh my god, what's this? Is this alcohol?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I'm spoiling you.
Got a beverage. Insane. Anyway. As I was saying, when you start doing something, when you upload like a video or make a song or do an animation or do an art piece, whatever, after a while, after it marinates, after you said it's complete, you start seeing mistakes, you start seeing problems, you start seeing things that you could have done better. And when you start seeing those things, next time you do something, it will be better. You'll be like, oh, I remember last time I drew this art piece, I made the nose very funky. So this time I'm gonna focus a little bit more on the nose and see how I could make it better. And then you make it better. And then it looks better, right? Take things little by little. Take things in a small chunk. Because if you focus on way too many things at once, you will get absolutely nowhere. That is why most streamers right now, I've seen people like Point Crow or Ludwig, right? Really huge streamers. The best advice they can give you for streaming specifically is start streaming. That is it. That's the best, the single most valuable advice you can get from anything. Just start doing it, no matter what. No matter what it is, if it's streaming or animating, no matter. Just start doing it. You will be absolutely dog shit at it, but once you start getting into the flow of things, you will start understanding more. I'm a perfectionist, so I would never start streaming without some epic overlays or something like that. I completely agree. I also wanted to have everything already set up and done. I took huge inspiration from JPEG. I've already said this like a million times, and I can't stress this enough, but as I said, JPEG is a huge inspiration for me. And what I saw back when I started like setting up my own streams was because it was like was JPEG having these all sorts of like cool 3D models and video editing and like trailers and stuff, right? And I just can't begin to imagine how much time must have gone into everything and how much money must have gone into everything, right? I personally don't have that much money, nor do I have the time needed to make everything perfect before I started streaming. So that's why I just got the basics down, right? the base, the bare minimum. I got myself a PNG tuber. I set up a few different simple scenes, and I went to do my debut. You can also see, actually, right now, since we're here on YouTube, you can see that if you go to my live, you can even see the thumbnail looks fucking awful. Like, especially compared to right now, which I think looks absolutely amazing. You know, to my opinion, everybody is different, but this? Weird. Ew. It's just better to start. JPEG really inspired me into streaming, to be honest. Holy shit, hell yeah! I mean, that's how things start. That's just how things start. You get inspired by something and then you start doing it. I personally have been editing for VTubers for like the past 2 years. I think I already mentioned this like a million times. I work with one of the biggest VTuber corporations of all time in the world right now. I'm not gonna say which one. But I've been editing for like about 2 years as a profession, as a career. I wouldn't say a profession, I'm a freelancer at heart. I'm definitely not a professional, but I do make money out of it, and I do pay my bills with it, and I do get myself food with it. It took me 2 years, 8 if we want to include all of my editing experience, where I've been learning and growing and trying to study how streaming and editing works, and what makes something entertaining, and what makes something interesting, and why people watch people, and why people watch streamers, why people want to be streamers, you know? And I'm still learning. It's been 8 years since I started doing this, and I'm still learning. I haven't gotten anywhere, right? Not to disencourage you, of course, because I will be fair, I haven't really focused myself. I haven't really focused too much on streaming specifically, but I have focused on video editing. I focused on how to make great videos, and some of my most popular ones go into the hundreds of thousands of views. Now, again, I'm not a professional, I'm not like the biggest video editor out there, nor am I the biggest streamer out there. But that's just kind of the mentality you have to have in order to grow and to continue to motivate yourself and continue growing. In fact, why did I say in fact? Oops. So yeah, good tips. Fail to learn is what I'm trying to say. Fail to learn. Start, fail, learn. This is the process you have to go through in order to get to somewhere. If anything, my best advice to anybody who wants to stream or do anything creative is that luck will not get you anywhere at all. And it's never luck that brings people somewhere, especially in the creative sphere. It is sheer determination and sheer power, willpower, sheer what was the word again? It's effort that's gonna get you somewhere. It is pure effort. So if you want to start something, start it right now. I don't care how much work you have. I don't care how many things you want to do. If you really want to do something, find the time for it and start, no matter what it is. right? Don't give yourself excuses, because excuses will kill your inspiration, it will kill your motivation, and it will kill any chance of you getting somewhere. So just start, no matter what it is. That's kind of what I want to advocate for in these streams as well. But I will be fair, I am getting a bit tired. We didn't really do too much today, but you know what? I think we did enough. Actually, let me show. Here it is. Well, we made a face and a boot. Wow. But yeah, I think this will be it for today's stream. I am getting a tiny bit tired. This model, I will most likely finish it up in my free time. This Saturday, though, we will continue with the JPEG, with the paper tan, with the paper tan animation. And hopefully we'll be able to complete it. I wish you guys a great rest of your evening. Let us raid somebody on Twitch, because I still don't know how to do stuff on YouTube. Oh no, wait, where is my music? No! Oops, well that's fine. We don't need music anyway. Let's find who we wanna raid. Let's see, raid channel. Then Ruby. That's the person we raided last time. Now let's raid them again. We don't have a raid message. So you know, maybe one day we'll have a raid message. Yes, okay. Before we raid them, I just want to say thank you everybody so much for being here. I absolutely love 3D so far, and we will continue learning together. However, I don't want to be the only one learning here. I want you guys, as I said, start doing shit. I don't care what it is. Just do anything you find to be interesting. Soon I will make sure you guys have a nice and cozy place to talk together on Discord specifically. But that will take a while. As I said, please join my Discord and my stuff and my follow me everywhere. I can't find my... Oh no, we're running out of time. Oh shit. Hello, goodbye everybody. Goodbye. Goodbye everyone.